taping. So 48 on Unit 4, Chapter 3, writing chemical reaction. So I'll do 48. So I'll do it the slow way. So we got reactants, products. So really when you get your test, you might want to do this, because you're not going to have too many questions. But so just write the reactants and products as you read through it. So 48 again is as hard as it's going to get. So here, if solutions of potassium chromate and barium chloride are mixed, a bright yellow. So far, do we know anything? No. Oh yeah, the reactant. Sorry. Sorry. So potassium chromate. So this one really puts in just everything you have to know. Barium chloride. So if a solution of potassium chromate and barium chloride are mixed, a bright yellow solid, barium chromate, forms, settles out of the mixture, leaving potassium chloride in solution. So do we know anything else?
Yeah, the product.
Yeah. So the products are barium chromate. So read again. Solutions of potassium chromate and barium chloride are mixed. A bright yellow solid, so barium chromate. Does that make sense? Like forms and settles out of the mixture, leaving potassium chloride in solution. All right. So the other part about this is if solutions of potassium chromate and barium chloride are mixed. So what do you think solutions are? Is it solid, liquid, gas, aqueous? Solution. So think of a solution of, like if I told you a salt solution. Aqueous. Yeah, so solutions are aqueous. So that's aqueous, and then it says a yellow solid forms, so this would be S, and it leaves behind potassium chloride in the solution, so that's aqueous.
So I know what aqueous again?
Solutions. So like, I don't know, I wish I had an example up here, but like hydrochloric acid solution, or whenever it's a solution, it's something dissolved in water. All right, so we got the reactants, we got the products. So write a balanced equation, or write a balanced chemical equations for this process. So if you know how to do this, you are good. So potassium is K plus 1, you know that, right? What's chromate? CrO4 2 minus. So if it's not one of the atoms, it has to be a polyatomic. So barium, Ba plus 2. Chloride is Cl minus, right? So you're following me in that? All this. All right, barium chromate. So what's barium's charge? 2 chromate. CrO4 minus 2. Potassium K plus. Chloride Cl minus. So I didn't leave much room to write the formulas, but so potassium chromate. Mess this up. Anyways, what would this be?
KCrO4.
No.
K2CR.
Right. So you would have to do the crossover method, right? So it'll be K2CrO4. Does that make sense? So we got K2CrO4. this right here, what would this be? What would be barium chloride? Yeah, BaCl2, because again, you need two chlorines to cancel out the barium. This would be what?
BACRO4.
Right, so they're the same charge, so they cancel each other out. So we got BaCrO4. BaCrO4. And then this, you guys know that, KCl. Because they cancel each other out. Technically, you could do the crossover method. A1Cl1, same thing. Alright, so now we gotta write a balanced equation. So we got the reactants and we got the products. We'll run out of room here. So we got, let's go. So the reactants, we got K2CrO4 aqueous plus BaCl2 aqueous. Forms barium chromate and potassium chloride. So on your test, if you want to get advanced, you would have to write this, but you have to write that just to get a proficient. If you want to get advanced, you then have to balance this. So really, this isn't too bad to balance. I think you guys can do this. This one's actually quite easy to balance. Anyone know? What do you? Oh yeah, don't say anything yet. Who's eliminated? So John, you're eliminated.
Wait, you didn't say anything yet.
You did.
Valencia eliminated.
Valencia's eliminated.
Thomas is.
Brennan's eliminated. Thomas is.
Brennan, are you gonna say something?
So,
You got chemistry too?
so again, you want to make the atoms the same on this both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
raise your hand.
so the key is for all these always end up being easier than you think. You have two potassiums over here, you have one over here. So,
These be two,
So put
right?
one right here.
so you put a
Why
two
is
there,
it two?
because you have to balance out the potassiums. So right now, this side has two
If that
potassiums.
one already equals one, why would I put two? That means three.
Those have two potassium, and that only has one, so you're gonna
It's
have two.
multiplication. Two
Yeah.
times one.
I hope you got that, I hope they can see this in the video.
Mm.
I don't know if they can. Yeah, they can. I know so much I write at a slant.
Yo.
Alright, so on this side, before I balanced it, it was, that's how many potassiums we have. So on this side, on this side, how many potassiums do I have without balancing it? One, how many chromates?
One.
How many oxygens?
Four.
Or how many bariums?
One.
Chlorines?
One.
One. So what doesn't balance?
Hey, four minus the CR, but don't it say you got four?
Chromate, it's BaCrO4.
Oh.
So everything balances other than chlorine and potassium, right? So,
You put it to the side.
yeah, so straight off the bat, you got a 2 over there, just put a 2 in front.
Right.
And
I kind of get it.
all of a sudden, you now
I
have
know how to sit it on stage.
two potassiums and 2 chlorines, and now it balances.
Okay.
So some teachers won't write anything in those other,
So 1, 1, 1, 2.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
and now that's gonna be the advanced question, is what?
Can you go through the two ones?
So why is it one by K2?
Why are those ones?
No, not the first. I know the first, but like the other one.
If it already
So
has
like
it,
the-
then it just added one.
Keep continue to distribute.
Oh, like how the distribution works here?
Yeah.
So like, for example, here, 2KCl, I mean, you can write it like this, just for science purposes. It would be equivalent to that. Technically speaking, this is saying, if you got 2 potassium chlorides, 2 KCl, you're saying that you have two of those. So you have one KCl, and you have another KCl. So you have one potassium chloride with another potassium chloride. So you have two KCl's. So 2 potassiums, 2 chlorines. If we had, let's say we had 4 potassium chromates. Here, this would be a good question. Who's eliminated? Juan or John? Uh-oh. Set that on video. So how many potassiums? How many potassiums would I have?
4?
No.
2.
How many potassiums?
Eight.
No. 8.
Yeah, 8.
How many chromates would I have?
4.
4. How many oxygens would I have? 16. You see that? Do you get that? So that distribution is just saying there's 4 potassium chromates.
Distributive property that we learned in algebra 1.
Right. So it would be like 4, something like that. It would be the same thing as that. No, actually it wouldn't, but similar. All right, does it make sense? So if you can do this, you can do the test. All right.